Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, because sometimes it cuts me off, so that's another reason why I'm restarting anyway. My name is Brian Barnett Gotch. Welcome back, folks, on to Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. Actually, this is a video that I already recorded in advance yesterday that is way too long. I had no plans of, I really don't care, but I had no plans of separating this, but I'm going to do it anyway. Especially because this series is going to be a long one anyway on BitChute, and but it will be ending. So, and I'm going to make damn sure that we have 3 videos no matter what, even if I have to shorten some of them. Because I know I've got some bonus content I want to show. But it's not game changing or game breaking, anything like that. A lot of people are like, "Ooh, is it game breaking? That's so exciting news." Not for me, brother, sister. I don't care. I don't care what anybody says. I don't give a damn what year this is. I'm still gonna say that if a female is a female, then you're a sister or a wife, but not a bro. You're not a bro until the moment you actually identify as a man, or you are a man. You are not a bro, or all of a sudden you have whatever. I'm not to judge anyone, but I think it's stupid. A lot of ways that women are being considered as bro when they're women. They're just women. I don't care if they try to dress up or not. They're not a bro, okay? You're a woman. You're not a bro. If that sounds like it's sexist, that's your own freaking problem. Because it's not mine. I know what's real, and it's got to be a line drawn somewhere, you know. But that's just it. It's just my beliefs, okay? If you have a problem with that, then you should have never, ever bothered watching my videos. Because I'm going to tell you something. My beliefs are different. I may believe in the power of strength. I may respect strength. I don't respect how people use them. And I'm not going to name any names, but there's a couple people in history, that have done things they should have never done. The only difference is one of them is a name that cannot be said, and I will not say it because it will get me canceled. Not that I care about what people think about me personally. I just don't. But ultimately, yeah. If I said the name, because it's already with a controversial thing with someone else, I won't say his name either, because he's already said something he should have never said either about it. Anyway.
Either way, you know. And no, you don't have a warp faction. You can't just whatever. I think there's supposed to be some kind of warping thing. I don't understand how that works. But we'll come across that bridge when we go there.
Yeah, I could have sworn I was talking about Final Fantasy VII there. But specifically, there's a point in Final Fantasy VII that I have yet to discover as part of 100% of the game. There is a thing you can use, but even then, it's hard. It won't let you get in. There's an island in there that I have to warp to. I don't know how that works. So, anyway, I'm going to shut up now because he's going to do the battlefields.
So we are going to go back and do this.
He's going to start the battlefields, I should say. And so forth and so forth, okay.
And because it might take us a little bit longer, I think we'll go back and do some stuff. So basically, yeah, we might as well go get healed up, but it doesn't matter. And I think that you would have had the good if it wasn't for Captain Mac when you go to refresh your thing. But it doesn't really matter where we go to, we're just going to do that. We've already done Level Forest, so I've already beaten that, showed it on screen. I've even done it, I had to redo it off screen because, well, when you first get in there, you can't take them out until you've gotten at least that. And I highly do not recommend doing it by yourself until unless you're high enough, which can be difficult to do on your own.
So yeah, I beat all the monsters in Level Forest. I even did it off screen. So but I had to wait until I got a partner and then go in there and do that. Because I don't, when it's early enough in the game, I don't bother messing with monsters. Because I don't know what it's going to be like. Because half the damn time, especially because you don't have as much protection as you think. Even if as much experience as I've had, it doesn't matter. I'd rather wait till I have a partner. It also depends on the game, and I play games where I did singly, where I did fine, but it just depends on the game. Like this game here, and if you think it's easy, you haven't been playing this game right. Because I mean, you don't. It is easy, but it depends on your level, where you're at in the game. Because I have been up to the final boss at level 27. I don't remember ever getting up there. In fact, I thought I remember getting up to level 99. When in fact, the actual maximum level is 50. I was not trying to cheat, like I said, but it happened. So, I mean, for level 50. I did want to cheat because, I mean, I was trying to do it for some fun sake, to kind of mix it up, because I've beaten it so many damn times, I thought, well, what the hell, because it didn't hurt me any to put in some cheats. It even hurt me to get into level 50, because even with level 50, as it being the maximum one, it's not going to make it any easier on the game. No. It's like going to 99. You think it's going to make it easier? No. Even the maximum level ain't going to make you get all the way through. Or whatever it is, 100. Even though that in a level, I think it's, I think it's 100, but then you got like a lot of more HP in Final Fantasy X. The first and only game I've ever heard of ever to have so much, I'm not saying it's the only game, but after that, but it's the only one I've ever heard of when it came out. Had so much HP, MP, it was pathetic. And I think that was another one of the coolest factors about it. But there are just some things about that game that will never make me... Cause officially, it's already not even Final Fantasy to me. And sacrificing the leader, that kind of already... Well, and technically speaking, Final Fantasy 9, or not 9, but 8 did that. Kinda. But who fully did it? Final Fantasy X, but that's not what really makes it ultimately a game that's not Final Fantasy anymore. It's the fact that when you consider like what the ship does, it's already kind of not. When you consider when they took out one of the main principles of crystals, it was kind of already not Final Fantasy, but it was still Final Fantasy because you had the freedom to explore and go around and fly. Now you can't fly unless you want to pay. I think that's just stupid because in all the games you've ever played, have you ever had to pay? No. I think, except maybe one game, I think. Well, either way, all the games mainly was where you get your own airship, and that's the main premise of Final Fantasy 12 as well, except that in the end, and that's the reason why it winds up being with him, Vaughn, because he is the main character. That's who even though it says he's the main character, everybody's the main character. I hate to break it to you, but you know who the main characters are? They are. Who the main leader is? Vaughn. Penultimately, he is. Because we're always going back to him anyway. And as far as, like, who leads the party goes, yeah, the game had a bit of a crisis. Just like Suikoden 3 had a bit of a crisis for who did what. So, that's just it. I mean, other than that, they're all pretty much fantastic games. I mean, as far as I'm concerned. But again, not Final Fantasy. Suikoden 3, still Suikoden, because it had that factor in it to make it Suikoden. Unlike Final Fantasy when it became later on. That's not Final Fantasy. I'll never legitimately count it as that, no matter what. Hands down. And that's just me. You can count it as you want to, but I wouldn't. Because if you know what Final Fantasy is and what it actually meant, you would know that that is not Final Fantasy. And you would never, ever consider that Final Fantasy. Ever. And I mean ever. I mean, if you care enough about it, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. Whatever.
And I really do want to try out that newer version of Final Fantasy Mystic Quest.
Yeah.
But right now, we're going to go heal up, and I am not going to use Hertz freaking arrows. I don't care what anybody says. It's
So, by the way, there are, even though that they use 4 characters, which makes no sense because you got like 5. When you consider what your character is, another factor that they took out of the game was naming your characters. I think they kind of kept it going at least for some of the parts in like some games, but not every one of them. You know, like stupid Final Fantasy VII remake took out, you know, the name thing. But you know, anyway, that's just not the only factor, but it is kind of part of it to make it like it's not Final Fantasy. Although to be fair, it wouldn't, you know, be Suikoden either. As a matter of fact, Suikoden, I believe, you didn't have a choice in the name for Suikoden 3. Suikoden 3, you couldn't name characters in that one. You could name the Flame Champion, so I guess technically in one sense, Suikoden 3 is not Suikoden. You know, pretty much. And in a sense, neither would be Suikoden 4 because it was a prequel. And it was not that, but because it was a waste of a number. When you make a prequel, it's always 0. You know, not bloody 4. 4 does not count as a prequel. You call it anything, you call it Suikoden 0. That's what they did with Resident Evil. That was a prequel. Kind of explained the background of whatever for whatever stupid reason, because nobody even most of the characters that we got introduced in the prequel never got a return even after that. Even when they were remaking games, they didn't have a remake. They didn't come back, and nor did they remake the characters. They didn't even hardly talk about them except for a few older games, and that's it. That's it. That's all you had, basically. I should have known.
kind of silly to me. So yes, we want to do that. And we're going to get ready to do fast speed. Boop, 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 boop. And I think Kelly's mom is still here, I want to say. So let's put fast speed on. Which, if you don't know where she's at, she's in here. Yep, there she is. Take care. Yep, that's Kelly's mom. So, it's just crazy, you know. So yes, this is going to be the first one, and then we'll take on the next one. For now, let's save again. Nice. Okay. Wow. 40 white, 20 dark, 10 wizard. In fact, we might as well take a chance to look at her stats. 110. Damn. We beat her by 222. 202. Our defense outweighs hers. Our speed outweighs hers. Our magic sucks terribly. And our accuracy is at a tie. My evasion is way higher than hers. Well, pretty much I'll beat her in most things, but not magic. And everything else, look at that. Way higher. Now, we could also look at, wow, the only closest thing I got is the Dragon Claw. 225 is the highest attack we actually have, but we already are outdoing her. So let's go ahead and take a look at her weapon and see what she's looking at. 154.
Looking at, I didn't mean to say that. I just happened to say that at the time. I didn't rehearse that. What happened was, I just happened to say it, and it's mainly what we are looking, or what she has, I mean, for how much actual attack power she actually has. So, anyway, I'm going to shut up.
Well, that's completely weak compared to us, but she's still pretty strong for what she is.
Yep.
You know, even though she's weak compared to us, that doesn't mean she's terribly weak that she can't do anything. Okay, so Mad Plant is kind of new, but not quite. So we'll just do that, and we'll use this.
No, it's not.
Poison Toad is not. I think Mad Plant is new. I'm not gonna swear to that. You know, or at least as far as the battlefield goes, I don't know.
Yeah, again, I couldn't remember, but yeah, we've already seen. I believe it's random, but it can happen. I don't know if you have seen it or not, but like the very first battlefield that you take on, which is actually more relevant to the story plot line for 100% of the game, at least getting you part way up there, is going to be the one to get the I forget what it's called. It's the very first item you get for a piece of equipment because first time literally give you a clue. It says nearby. Well, yeah, there's like 3 battlefields. The only difference is there was one you couldn't get to until after you beat the Bone Dungeon. So, even though I couldn't go in order, but I will be doing the 250 challenge. And if I still can't get to level 50, I'll go through again through Doom Castle. That's after those. And I'll try to get up to level 50. I mean, we're not that far. I'm like level 37 right now as far as the main game and playthrough goes. Even though they're right now in this video, I mean, that's kind of a bit of a spoiler, but that's in another video. Alright, I'm going to shut up.
I guess we will be tackling all the battlefields. This is the episode. Doing all the battlefields. I mean, we are pretty fast, strong. Nothing can take us down. I like how it looks green in the background. This is pretty kind of cool. I mean, most backgrounds are pretty cool in themselves anyway. Let's keep going. And after this, after we take down these 2 battlefields, it's going to be up to doing, Aquaria around that area, and then we'll go take care of, Firebird. And then last but not least, because there are no more battlefields after that, it's going to be... Okay. So yes, we're going to go in here, and we could heal up or use a seed, but nah. I'd rather waste them when I go back to the Doom Castle, as it's called. Because, yes, we will be taking on a boss gauntlet, but not right now. This is not really to prepare us for the boss gauntlet. You can actually just decide not to do the battlefields altogether. But I would recommend only doing in the beginning, or you can even get to one, is only do the ones that have the armors in them. Then wait till you come back to here, even though that backtracking may suck, but it's not that. There we go. We'll clean it out. What we're going to do is, as well as, we might do some extra training, but we'll do that like after the game's over. We can actually go back out, but yeah, I'm not going to bother to do the whole thing again. Ah, yes, Minotaur Zombie.
Lizard isn't
new. I think that Lizard was new. I can't swear to that. I don't remember what it was. Nope. Sandworm is not new. There's supposed to be a little bit more stronger enemies in this one here, but there looks like they're about what you could face in the Bone Dungeon. There are no bosses, but yeah, there's gonna be some extra bonus content. Let's see how what are we doing on time? Okay, we're doing good. Yeah. So it's just faster to use spells instead of weapons and stuff. It just depends on the enemy, like I said,
Mm-hmm.
Like Dragon Claw could be good for most things, maybe the sword, I don't know. But, okay. Alright, so I'll use wind.
Or arrow.
Yeah. These guys are pretty weak. Like I said. Yep. He's gone. We did it. We cleaned him out. So yeah, we're going to be leveling up. Or thanks to this because of that. But, we're going to go and we're going to heal up again. Before we go into, well, you know what? We'll go up to you know what? No, because, you know what? No, we'll just go ahead and wait till we get up there. So, and at this point, you could go into the Bone Dungeon, but there's really no point to doing so.
Mm-hmm.
So, either way, it'll be a good place to stop, because we're gonna need to get ready to take care of the rest of these, which is gonna take us would take us normally about an hour, but it's gonna take me close to an hour if I get it on while I'm on fast speed. So let's take 95 guaranteed for speed. This seems to be a thing in this thing. Most of the games you'll play are not 95. They'll be like cheap, and then some places won't be. Especially in the Final Fantasy universe, which is pretty ironically weird. So no, we can't stop now that we are past the 19 minutes, but that's okay. So we're going to start out with this battlefield here. Yep, Mint. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and use this. Yep, like I said, we're going to be finishing up all of these. I'll go over there and I'll do that up there. After I go all the way around. There's even one by the ice pyramid that I chose to skip because of reasons that I just don't like to really do these, because there's no actual point to these except for EXP and gold that we really don't need at this point in the game. But we do need it if we want to 100% as far as the EXP to level up and all that, and we will level up. I'm hoping that we'll get to at least level 50, but there's no guarantee of that. I mean, I don't know why we need it other than the fact of just being at the maximum level, but it's okay. If I run out of flare, I'll just use air or wind, and pretty much. Nice. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go to here. Is the next one. But, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and use the seed. Jeez. So, pretty much, I believe I'm not sure what it is, because I don't remember. Oh, giant toad we haven't seen in a while. This should be nothing, because we're going to be using our highest spells, which is between white and flare. Apparently that's what she's got, so, you know, I'm just going to use it. Nice. As you can see, I only took out the battlefields that had something to do with it in them. And you can't even get to that upper one until after you go unlock or beat the crystal. I believe it is.
After you beat the third boss, where you get to get the third crystal. That's how you get it. I wasn't thinking there. I was getting tired. What can you say? So anyway, let's get on with it.
At least the second crystal. I remember when I first played this, I couldn't even do it until after I beat the third crystal, but oh well. Or was it I don't know, one of the times. But anyway, so let's go ahead and use that. I can't believe we're still kind of lacking in spells for our wizard, but that's okay. I like that in a way it's kind of separate, but it's not quite. So let's keep going.
Yep, and that's all the time we have for this part. Later.